Colgren, wherefore many more have gone. Lay me down in the Colgren, wherefore many more have gone. When they come, I will stand my ground, stand my ground. I'll nae be afraid. Thoughts of him take away my fear. Sweat and blood hide my veil of tears. Once a year, say a prayer for me. Close your eyes and remember me. Ne'er more shall I see the sun, for I fell to a gentleman's gun. Lay me down in the Colgren, wherefore many more have gone. Lay me down in the Colgren, wherefore many more have gone. Wherefore many more have gone. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the second episode of Uncle Ted's Disciples. Not that it's any different than what I was doing on Plaid Army. It's just another name for a different show for a different day of the week. I just got a package recently, and I love these kind of packages. This has set me up for the rest of the winter, this. Thank you. You know who you are. – Thank you for the things you're crocheting for me. the hat and everything. I appreciate it. And the grinder, I'll be using it tonight. Oh, look at this fucking old school sweater.
How's everybody doing tonight?
So I'm feeling pretty good.
Nice.
And you, lad, look at that fucking sweater. I still have mine
Right?
upstairs too.
I figured it'd be a good
Yeah.
time to bust it out.
Why not?
Why not? Bring it back the old school Plaid Army streams. But
Yeah.
look at us. You know, we used to be living in rentals. Now we're living in shacks in the forest.
Something else, eh? Since we've met, I guess, when did we meet first? We met when you were building yours. Like, we were online friends for a long time.
No, we met before that. I think the first time we met was probably
Plaid
when
Army
we filmed
movie.
Son of Plaid in person.
That's right. Plaid Army movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when I first met you to when I met you at your house, you were a completely different person. You were a scrawny guy with no beard. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Oh, that's true.
The life change that you've gone through is even more drastic than what I have. Overall, like you were renting, you were drinking, you were unmanicured beard. I will say that instead of what I see now, and a giant belly. Not giant, like it wasn't overbearing.
I was big, dude. I was 260 pounds, man.
But you're a big dude. Yeah, for sure.
Well, but I'm like 185 now.
That's a person. You lost a Pajit off your back.
Yeah, a small person.
That's what we're gonna start calling it. The Jeet on your back. It's like you get off the couch, you get that Jeet off your back. Yeah, man.
They're saying they can't see me. They can't see shit. Nobody can see me. Can't see me?
Really?
I don't know. On Rumble, people are saying they don't see me. There's not a lot of light, but can't see me at all.
That's weird.
Derek doesn't have a lot of light either. Yeah.
So I see him perfectly. Not on YouTube either. Can't see shit. What you niggas talking about?
Weird.
I have to go look myself.
There's only the one frame. Oh, okay, so they're just seeing you, just your dome.
That's odd. Shouldn't be like that.
0 video screen.
Is that new thing that happened? Because you're up on my end. I think it's this thing they added. Demo scene or something like that.
They made it gay?
Like, that's me full screen. That's what I see. And that should be you up.
Hello? Nothing.
Hang on. I think I know what's happening, but they added this new thing on the left that I tried this evening called media demos, and you can't shut it off.
Like, yeah, someone even sent me a picture and it's just you. Now, can you guys see me down here? Hey, what up?
See what's happening.
Can they hear me at least?
I think they can hear you.
Now they can see me. Now they can see me. Could you guys hear me the whole time? Or was Derek just talking to himself?
Yeah, see, but for whatever reason, it's this new demo thing, and you're on the side. Okay. It's presenting. Yeah. I don't know how to turn that off.
That's gay.
It's this new thing on the side.
Okay, well, what are we presenting?
Stupid. Nothing. I can't shut it off.
Okay. They can hear it. They can hear me. They can see me. I'm just down here. What you guys see, here's the old school hoodie he was talking about. It's from the probably 2018, 2019.
Is that better? Is that better?
Can you still see me? That's the question.
Yeah. This is retarded. I hate the StreamYard. I swear to fuck.
Have you tried Restream? Remember we talked about this before?
It only does so many channels.
Well, if you pay for it, you get more, though.
Yeah, I've been actually too busy. I've been shoveling mass amounts of snow.
Yeah.
And I mean mass amounts of snow. Looks like it's all right now. Hard to tell how much dropped, actually, because I got drifts. I had a 3-foot snow drift on my car.
Really?
So yeah, we got hammered and the wind. The snowbanks by my house are now 8 feet tall.
Jesus. I mean, that's a good berm, you know,
Yeah.
pretty solid if it's iced. But geez, how's the sheds and everything looking? Are you gonna have to go up there and shovel them off, or?
A little concerned about the shed.
Yeah,
A little concerned about the shed.
you can
Yeah.
always you pull some of it down and then go up there and shovel it off, eh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that won't be. It hasn't turned into a problem yet. I'm kind of also testing the strength on it too.
Well, I mean, if you find the limit, you might regret that decision when you could have
The
shoveled it off first.
the problem isn't so much the weight on the top; it's the way ice is at the back.
Okay.
It curls off the back because I didn't put a drip edge. I didn't put anything that
We
was.
put nothing. Yeah, I know.
It's just a
We-
bare ass end, right? So
yeah, we just built it out of scraps that we had laying around.
it
So
curls over, like it melts, and then it curls over in this like dome shape. So I could see it like breaking the edge off or something like that. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I got plenty of material to fix it, but I'm just gonna grab my smokes there, bud. 1 second.
go right ahead. All right, so I can see Rumble and I can see YouTube. So I hope everybody is doing well tonight. We got Cole's Towing is in there. Dump Bees, Tan and Cures. We got Rogue Spear. What's going on, man? Good to see you. We got Keegan,
Rogue
Miss
Spear was in
McVeigh,
that,
Timothy's
was that-
wife. Is it?
uh,
So that's interesting.
Rogue was in that conversation. I don't know if you were there for Curtis's latest stream with his buddy Cal, and they were talking, about the corporation of Canada and what's actually happening, and it actually got me thinking, and I got a hold of Dean Clifford, so he's going to be coming back on the show.
Okay.
I tried to get him for Sunday night, but looks like he's headed away to do a contract or something like that. So Sunday night, we actually have Pat King lined up.
Oh, fucking right. He's allowed to talk now, eh?
Yes, he is.
That's fucking crazy, man. They cut out his tongue like that. And he was like going on streams trying to because the only thing he was allowed to do was to do it to make a living, to earn money, because that was like one of the only incomes he had left. So he was able to go on stream and beg for money, but he wasn't able to say anything, anything. So that's fucking brutal, man. They basically forced him to be a grifter. He couldn't even give you any value. People want to know what they want to hear from him, the real him. So now, Unleashed, Pat King, fucking right. That's going to be rad. When is he coming on?
Sunday.
This Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's actually, we're trying to get Doug Force on as well.
Okay.
Doug's in the hospital,
Canada, right?
Yeah, Doug's in the hospital right now, though.
What's going on with Doug?
I don't think it's my place to say publicly or anything like that.
That's fair. Well, I wish him the best.
I haven't asked if I can say that or anything, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
maybe give him best wishes just being in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking, he may have to do it from the hospital if he wants to.
Okay.
On, so.
Well, that's the beauty of living in the future, is that you can stream from just about anywhere.
Hey, Uncle Ted was right about a lot of things.
Yeah.
That was actually, I got this new ditty that we should, every time he's right, we should play this one. I think it's hilarious. Some of you seen it if you're watching the advertisement on Twitter and Telegram.
The modern world is a prison for most people. The Industrial Revolution has been a disaster for the human race.
Some ideas are worth sharing.
Guy's pretty catchy tune there. Guy was right about a lot of things. Yeah, that's why I'm interested to have on Dean Clifford and talk to Curtis Stone again. Even Pat King's talking like this, and Doug Force. It makes more sense than what we're seeing. What we're watching on TV is such a show. They've got everybody fucking, they nailed it. Nobody wants to like Trudeau, right? That's over with. But if you
Yeah.
get people to hate Trump, they can hate someone more than they hate Trudeau.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. And like, I'm in a tough spot because I'd hate to have to be the one who is forced to defend Trump. Trump has more than he has more than enough fucking fanboys and whatever
I
else
know.
diehards, you fucking trust the plan, fucking type people who just worship him, who are happy to defend him, and I don't want to do it, and I don't like him that much. But I think like we're in the wrong here, and the fentanyl is a major problem, and it has been a problem for a long time, and it blows my fucking mind as much as it blows Trump's mind or anyone else's that we haven't fixed it yet. And it really needs to be fucking just fixed. So I think that we could probably just be working with him on this. That's perfectly fucking reasonable. Stop killing people, because think about how many Canadians have died from it. Like, one of my neighbors died from it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people fucking died fucking fentanyl all over the place constantly. You go downtown, they've got little crosses set up all over the place for all the people who died downtown from fentanyl, just downtown. And there's like fucking dozens of these crosses. It's not fantastic. So I would say fight the fentanyl, not the neighbors.
I wish somebody could just have an honest conversation on a national podium instead of this bullshit. Like, I watched a segment from CTV because I was looking for something else, and it was a 22-minute segment, and I just left the entire thing on. Instead of just playing what Trump says about Canada, they play this tiny little 5-second blurb, and then they go on to explain everything he meant and how he felt and everything behind it and all this shit. And it's like, Jesus Christ, why don't you just let the guy speak? At least it's out there then. Like, Canada's tariffing American goods. Nobody talks about the original tariffs in the first place, right? Like 270% tariffs on milk, 260 on eggs, and
there's
all this
an infographic
crazy
going around on that. It's like, yeah, Canada, like, think about it. It's the dairy cartel bullshit and protectionism. Like, it's been going on for a very, very, very long time. And that's why our prices suck on this stuff. But once in a while, it works out in our favor. Like with the eggs right now, I guess people are getting hammered on eggs. But you know what? They don't pay like 50, 75% taxes. So I guess, you know, having cheaper eggs right now is not that big of a deal in the greater picture, you know, right?
Yeah, eggs is one thing I've eliminated from my budget.
You're not eating eggs?
I make eggs.
You have chickens, right?
I have
yeah,
chickens.
you're not
that's the
making
one
eggs
thing
right
I
now.
won't. The tariffs aren't bothering me on fucking eggs. Like,
are they laying?
Yeah, it's just winter. They could if I were to put it in a heated barn or something like that.
Just a light. Just a light is all they need, and they'll lay. Yeah,
but you get like 1 or 2 a week.
See, I'm
spending
going
all those calories staying warm.
Like at least 3 dozen a week. So,
yeah. Well, when production starts ramping up again. Super chat there, Mr. Bullock. Good to see you. All Trump asked for was to end the killing in Ukraine and his citizens by drugs. Obviously, too much to ask. Orange man, not perfect. Oh, he definitely isn't. I mean, and this is how they get people, right? They'll show their wins while they're fucking digging you. Like, that was a parade that they put on, pulling Zelensky in front of the American people just to scold him and kick him out. That's what the American people wanted to see.
They had to quit it somehow, so they might as well do it like that. That way, you know, Trump gets a win, and you know, and it's a great fucking gotcha moment, and it's viral clips, and you know, it helps distract.
That's what it was.
Whatever else, like, it had to be done. Obviously, this fucking shit had to end like one way or another. So he might as well just nip that right in the bud, because he never would have wanted that in the first place. And Putin and fucking Trump were cool. That's the thing, is like Putin and Trump were always cool. So, you know, they had to wait until they had fucking, you know, Biden won to start that fucking war. And now Biden's gone, it's over. So
Biden pulling out of Afghanistan, you got to remember that too.
Yeah, that was
right. And now all the focus is going into Trump Gaza.
And
some of the people, man, I got to stay out of it. Like, my dad's almost pro-liberal now. It wasn't about the liberals or Trudeau or like he hated Trudeau. Don't get me wrong, I hated that guy. But now this new surge in patriotism and I hate Trump. That fucking yellow man bad.
It's so fake. It upsets me. I don't want to accept them like one bit. You're not fucking fuck you. You're not. We're racists for being nationalists and flying, whether it was the maple leaf or the red ensign. It didn't matter. You'd call us fucking racists, and you said you hated the fucking even the maple leaf. You hated the maple leaf. You hated the maple leaf. Like 6 weeks ago, you probably still hated the maple leaf, but now all of a sudden, you're nationalists and team fuck. I just want to fucking puke. Like.
Do you see the nationalism that they're selling though? Do you remember that I Am Canadian beer commercial that everybody was like, yeah, that's our identity. That's fucking us. They came out, they went and got the same guy to redo the thing.
Holy fuck.
And this is their fucking patriotism launch, I guess. It's cringe. It's nothing but fucking corporate logos and anti-Trump, anti-Putin. Check her out.
Hey, I know it's in our nature to cut a guy some slack, give him the benefit of the doubt, like maybe he was confused or just joking or just maybe really needed a double-double. But this isn't that guy. These aren't those people, and those are not the Rockies. They make a lot of mistakes. They mistake our modesty for meekness, our kindness for consent, our nation for another star on their flag, and our love of a hot, cheesy poutine with their love of a hot, cheesy Putin. They think they can bully us, threaten us, and push us around, but they do not know us. That artificially drawn line they keep talking about, not artificial, and it's not on a map. It's right here. This is the land that Terry ran, the land that Gord sang about. This is the birthplace of peanut butter and ketchup chips and yoga pants. It is the land of universal health care and the bench clearing for all, of innovation and optimism and getting her done. This is the land of the peacekeeper and the Shawinigan handshake. Are we perfect? No, but we are not the 51st anything. We are the first to unite in a crisis, the first to build bridges, not walls, and the first to stand on guard for thee. My name is Jeff, and we are Canadian. Thank you.
It's so pathetic. I wish somebody would make a real one. Something to be proud of.
It takes fighting over fentanyl for them to suddenly become nationalists. Fighting over, and we're on the side of fentanyl.
No, most Canadians aren't concerned about the fentanyl thing at all. Most Canadians are not that are watching.
No, I understand,
fucking
but
TV.
that's the impetus for this, is that we refuse to do anything about the fentanyl. So we're gonna, like, the whole thing is fucking retarded.
Yeah,
We're
all
on
of
the
it's
side
gay.
of fentanyl. Yeah, like now, yeah, post-national fucking state. One day we're a post-national state. Now we're nationalists.
Yeah, and everybody's following it, hook, line, and sinker.
It's difficult.
One thing that I'm just getting used to the idea of is there's no waking up the masses. Like, there's no viral video that's suddenly going to wake everybody up. The friends you have now are the ones you have.
I mean,
my goals and aspirations, like I say, are still the same.
We're
still going forward.
That much is true, but that doesn't mean we cannot continue to make traction. As long as we continue to innovate, we'll continue to make traction. And
I think
it's really
I
up
think
to
the
us.
only way forward now is face to face.
If we, well, depends on what you're talking about, right? Like for online presence, for virality, for content creation, and for reach, we are sandboxed, and as long as we rest on our laurels and we don't innovate, then we're not going to get a lot more reach. But as long as we continue to innovate, they can't stop us, because that's the thing. Then they're always playing catch up. They're always reacting to us instead of having us reacting to them. So it's entirely possible to get much, much, much bigger. The world is our oyster. Like the percentage of penetration that we have is tiny, and you guys have already been like, you know what I mean? The House of Commons, like, it's ridiculous, right? So this is from a very tiny market share. If we actually were to start to penetrate the normies, look the fuck out.
That's exactly what I meant by face to face. I've had more success by talking to people when laying out the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you disappeared for a second.
Oh.
You must be checking messages or something. The light goes off your face.
Oh yeah, the white background from StreamYard. That's why.
Yeah, because you got more light behind you right now than you do in front of you.
Backlit.
Keep your head in a swivel says Trudeau sucked his cock to make that. Probably. And Mr. Bullock says it shows the level of brainwashing. The media is sheepdog of the masses, and it works.
Well,
It
the
fucking
thing
works.
is, the first commercial was a Molson advertisement, right? So that was, concocted by some marketing team, and that's 25, 30 years ago when that was on television. Like probably 25 years ago. Maybe a little
I think
longer.
so.
Like you're talking like 2000 era, maybe prior. Yeah, I know my lighting's terrible. Who cares? But so they brought that back specifically for this, but now they're using our tax dollars to pay for that regurgitation. It's no longer, like that's Molson should sue the fucking government for doing that.
Is it Coors that owns Molson?
Whoever does, they should definitely sue them for that. That was awful.
I think that's true. I think Coors owns Molson because that's what you get in your variety pack, and Coors is a bigger company.
For sure, whoever, yeah.
So it still feels like moving forward. Like I say, my goals and aspirations are still the same. But talking to like Dean Clifford and Doug Force, Pat King, and stuff like that, I want to pry a little bit more because I didn't pry that hard when I was talking to these guys before. Like Diagolon got huge and was in trouble, and fucking it's all over the place, and it's been a fun ride. But now that I'm able to focus on this, I want to see how this can actually benefit me. Because like the trust for the property and stuff like that. I need to learn that.
We need to start probably maybe we can add a little crowdfunding for the fucking get the property going. We'll get
I want to steal.
Fence. I want to go and I'll dig like maybe 4-6 feet deep. Like for cement sonotubes and do the whole fucking tensioned like hurricane fence the whole way around. Get the CCTV going,
Can do it for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this is kind of funny. If you know how to hold things in companies without having it in your name or in your straw man, I'm gonna steal Klaus Schwab's fucking saying. I will own nothing and I will be happy.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So Ontario, you got
Isn't
Canada,
that fucked?
They already talk about this. You hear about it all the time that Canada is like a money laundering hub, right? So you set up a numbered company, Ontario 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then you do everything through that, and then like they can't do anything to you. Like
that's how rich people live, is they put everything in holding companies and they can't be sued. Nothing can come from them. Andrew Tate is doing this too. He controls all of his money, but he doesn't own any of it. So it's like, I'm taking his saying and I'm using it against him. I'm going to own nothing, but I'll be happy. This is gonna set off a bunch of other people.
Nothing.
A bunch of other
Lots of
people are gonna
people
say,
do that.
"Look,
Like there's
Derek's
one
going into the
athlete
Great Reset. He
that
believes it."
the athlete who was making millions, and he went to divorce his wife, and she's like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna take everything." And lawyers are like, "Well, he doesn't have anything." And they're like, "What do you mean he makes all this money?" Like, no, his mom owns everything. Like everything
Yeah.
that he's made is he gave every penny to his mom. What do you mean? He's like, he's irresponsible. He can't control himself with his money, so she gets everything, and then if he needs anything, then she takes care of it. Like brutal.
And in
Brutal.
Canada, you can't own an LLC. It's called something different, and it doesn't give you the same lateral movements and rights. So,
Well, you can have a numbered company for a lot of things, and other things, you can have offshore companies. Like
yeah,
there are
you
legal, like
can
perfectly
still
legal
open an
ways to do all of that
LLC.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you can still own an LLC, but in America,
Hmm.
like, and just get your PO box and whatever else. Like,
They're saying Dean will school you on that. That's fair.
well, Curtis's
Not
course
my
is
fucking
coming
cup
up
of tea.
in August, and I need to talk to Dean and a few other people.
Dean,
So, like,
Doug, Curtis, we'll get the all-star team together.
I want to talk to a few other people before going into his course because I don't want it to be a waste. You know what I mean? I could get a lot of stuff thrown at me, and I could be.
How
Hey,
much is
Mike.
the course?
There's Mike Phillip, American Huck Radio. Doug Force in the hospital. Yeah, he's gonna come on the show Sunday night if he's feeling up to it from the hospital.
Mm-hmm. How much
So,
is
like,
the course? Curtis's course.
It's you know what? It's not for. I don't know if he wants me to say how much or anything like that. It's expensive,
Right.
but he doesn't invite everybody to it. He vets everybody that comes to it.
Yeah.
So that
It's
being
not
said,
it's not open to the public.
yeah, it's not. So I do my due diligence. I should learn as much as I can about this before going to the course, having that opportunity. So I yeah, I'm kind of interested to talk to Doug as well, that knows more about this because of so have you guys heard of King Regis Lucius?
No?
No? Okay, so this guy was being talked about as like Queen Ramona's rival.
Oh.
He called himself King Lucius. And this isn't even the first person that I was looking for, actually. He's not the King of Canada I was originally looking for. You would remember this, Dubs. Do you remember the guy that the group of people that was calling himself the King of Canada, and they had papers, and this guy had a French accent? And
No.
no? Fuck, I thought you'd remember
No.
that.
When was that? My memory is like kind of a sieve these days, but like I feel like I would remember that if
There's
I
a
heard
few
about it.
people
Because
that
Queen
were around.
Ramona
Julie,
has been a lol cow ever since the first time we heard of her, and that was probably
and she is,
would
and
have been
she deserves to
2020.
be.
Yeah, 2020 we
She
first heard of
deserves to
her.
be, for sure.
But there was a
But
lot
this
of
guy,
lol cows. Like when we went to Ottawa the first time, not the first time, I guess. The first time we went to Ottawa was like 20. Yeah, it was Canada Day 2020, I think. And they were like they had canceled it. The Ottawa normally has like a massive fireworks, like it's like world-class fireworks for Canada Day in Ottawa, and it's like a big deal, and everybody from all around goes and visits, and they were canceling the fireworks, and they were gonna fucking cancel the party and everything, and so we went down there anyways, and yeah, there was a lot of people there.
yeah, this guy though, King Regis Lucius, that's not his real name. I forget his real name. He actually had property where he ended up with the timber rights and everything like that in northern Quebec. And they called it the nation state of Teos. He's in jail right now, but I don't know if he's out.
That starting to sound maybe a little familiar. The nation state of Teos.
Yeah.
Teos. He was pronouncing it like that. Teos.
T-A-Y-O-S. Teos.
T-A-Y-O-S. Has anybody else heard of this?
It's
I
a
don't see
trip,
anybody
man. It was
talking
it
in
was
the
fun to
chat.
look into the guy, what he's saying. A lot of his videos are in French, but some of the articles I saw about him is like, oh, this is Queen Ramona's rival, and this
Ed
guy's
remembers.
crazy.
Ed remembers. He says it was
Does he?
2019. Yeah, he's on YouTube.
Right. Okay. So you
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah,
There's
Ed would know for sure. Right
there's
on.
the guy who they named King was in a wheelchair, and I remember that specific. Like they had a ceremony, they had judges of their peers, and all this. It was crazy what they were doing. They made their own jury,
Mhm.
and anyways, I think that's exactly what this guy was doing too. The only thing is, it's real, but nobody's going to take you seriously. Nobody's going to recognize this, and it would be so much. It's just, but it's fun, and and I'm enjoying looking at it and learning about it. So I want to become the king of the North.
Right. Cool.
I'm going to try that.
Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, and then Ed saying there's a lady in Quebec in 2018.
Man in the Mountain says, I'm on the road to Lethbridge to arm wrestle Sly. Wish me luck.
Oh,
You'll-
good luck.
No, I'm not going to wish you luck. I'm going to tell you as a friend that it's a dumb idea.
It'll be cool. They're meeting up, though. Those are both fucking rad dudes, man.
Yeah, good solid guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got a couple of clips here that could, I don't know, it could spark some emotion in you guys. I don't know. Trudeau cried again.
Oh, no.
And you know what's funny is that same CTV segment that I was watching mentioned this, and they're all like, it seems real. It's like it's actually setting in now. It's actually happening. Like this is all a production. Watch this.
On a personal level, I've made sure that every single day in this office, I put Canadians first, that I have people's backs. And that's why I'm here to tell you all that we got you. Even in the very last days of this government, we will not let Canadians down today and long into the future.
I'm going to cry if you
Suck
make
a
me listen to him much longer. Fuck's sakes.
Suck a fat dick, you cunt. I've got your back.
Oh, my God.
Everything I've done is for Canadians. Everything. Let's not
How
forget
long
something.
are we going to tolerate these people?
Indefinitely. Canadians will never do anything. Our own fucking intelligence agency has come out and said that every prime minister since Mulroney has been compromised. Period. They've said this. I have the clip.
I want to be very clear. We can prove that every federal government from Mr. Mulroney to Mr. Trudeau have been compromised by agents of the Communist China. Every government were informed at one point or another. Every government choose to ignore CISA's warning either by negligence, self-interest, or partisanship. Every government were infiltrated by agents of influence acting on behalf of the Chinese government, and we knew who they were.
Nothing. We're doing nothing. We can't do anything. We're not a serious country.
No. But if we released like an angry elephant into the house, like just like accidentally,
I think it might be tough to get in there. I think you need a root Wolverine or something like
a lot of Wolverines, like where
you need.
I'm just thinking like Stampy could make this all go away. I miss you,
tough to
Stampy.
sneak in. You'd have to be David Copperfield to put everybody under a spell just to be able to get that by security. Like we're not a serious country, dude. And we're still like, well, we're gonna have an election. Who gives a fuck? This is all a dog and pony show. Jesus.
Maurice Strong, retired in China, buried there also. I know that name, Maurice Strong.
Was he a professional bowler?
Probably. That's why Ed's talking about him. He's really into bowling.
That's a good fuck. I like that. The RCMP turned into an autoimmune disease. They attack healthy tissue and ignore cancerous ones.
Yeah.
We're watching it happen right in front of our face. Like we as a nation can't identify what an enemy is. Our closest ally, the people south to us right now, we're supposed to believe as being run by a dictator and we're supposed to hate them. But the rest of the world, anywhere, anybody from anywhere that can be anything is our ally. That's what we're supposed to believe. And Canadians are buying it, eating it up, bringing more Jeets. It's just more Canadians, right? This I couldn't believe he actually said, that we're going to continue booing the anthem. Do you see this?
Booing.
We're going to choose to not go on vacation in Florida or Old Orchard Beach or wherever. We're going to choose to try to buy Canadian products and forego bourbon and other classic American products. And yeah, we're probably going to keep booing the American anthem.
Who the fuck are you to dictate? Like, my God, man.
I'm so sick of it.
Go away. Just fucking go away.
Why do they keep making us then? And I saw people in the chat getting mad at people in the East versus West and all this bullshit. It's like I have more in common with the people around me and the people south of me than the rest of the world or the Jeets coming here. You know, that flag and everything like that we're supposed to be fucking proud of. I have more history and identity in the people around me, shared identity with a lot of the people in the South than I do with the people coming here today. And I'm just supposed to forget that? Like, yeah, we've always had internal squabbles and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but we're the same people.
That's what it is, you know, and there's animosity because of the government mismanagement, and that's one thing that they've always been good at is generating fucking, you know, division, right? They do this to these people, they blame those people for that. You know, in this case, they've been robbing the West because the West was an economic venture from the get-go. The reason that the East funded the expansion into the West was for economic reasons, you know, and that's the whole fucking reason that it exists. But that's not a good reason for just robbing the province blind in current day, you know. But it's just kind of like that's the way it always was, and that's the way that they would like it to remain because that's a ton of fucking money coming in.
I remember talking to Mike about this years ago when we first met, that I think it's in Canada's destiny to break up. And
if one province goes, the whole country's done, dude. It's
one province has never agreed to this in the first place. That's why they're getting fucking payments to just like, come on, please just go along with this.
Quebec's got a sweetheart deal, but a lot of the eastern provinces are all, you know, their hands are tied too, right? Like there used to be like fishing industry was way bigger, and you know there was other whatever, I don't know, but those guys are all out of fucking work. You know, all their industry, everything's gone, and they're all in the dole. Like forced, you know, to be on the dole basically. And then meanwhile, you've got like Chinese fishermen, whoever else, like fishing in Canadian waters. They're allowed to do it while our guys are on EI. So I don't know. The whole thing is fucking retarded. So they forced, you know, half the nation is on government fucking handouts, and the other half of the nation is fucking, you know, selling bitumen oil, like dirty oil at a discount to the States. So we're all getting fucked.
We're just being strip mined by other nations that have their shit together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lucas
Well, like
Gage is looking for interviews. He's always welcome on my channel. You just tell him to send me a message. And
Sudbury
now.
is a town. It's a resource town, right? And so like there's always mines here, and so there's like Inco and there's mining companies making a ton of fucking money, but then the government comes in and they're like, oh, you have to do this and you have to do that, and so they spend all this money on emissions and all this other stuff, and meanwhile the unions come in and they say you have to do this and you have to do that, and they convince all the workers to basically just be the least productive possible, so work fucking grinds to a fucking halt, and it's costing everybody a fucking fortune. So all the good that was like used to be there, this company that was fucking rocking and rolling, then just became this massive like money sink where everybody's robbing it, and it was no longer profitable. So like they used to give all the workers like a nickel bonus, a couple times a year or whatever, and it would be thousands of dollars. And so all these guys would get all this money. They'd go spread it around, right? All around town. And so it would be trickle down economics for everybody in town. There'd be money, everybody would be flush. And, all that was gone. There's no more nickel bonus. They sold the company to this South American, I think they're like Colombian or Brazilian or something, Valet. So Inco's gone. Valet doesn't pay nickel bonus. They pay the minimums, and they know how to make the money out of this shit, but it ain't like it used to be, So they ruined
Most of the towns that are around come from the resource extraction, like logging and fucking minerals.
Well, they ruined it, right? Like it's not what it used to be at all. The town's totally fucking, fucked. And meanwhile, now all the money goes to South America instead of staying here.
And you get migrants for your troubles.
That's right. A lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Canada, the way it was set up before, you had to be a hardy person to survive on your own. Like it wasn't like you just went to a refugee building that has the heat and snow removed for it. It's just magically your fucking shit disappears in a bowl of fresh water and gets whisked away into the sewage system.
Misfits talking about the GM plants. There was 3 or 4 GM plants in Niagara, and then all the off plant and small businesses that were all part of that, they all got shut down after NAFTA. And I know other towns got fucking ruined. Like Oshawa was big for, I believe it was GM as well.
Yep, GM.
And the fucking Oshawa's bad now, dude. Buddy. Oh, that's all gone, and it's what it left in its wake is not good.
Yeah. Yeah, and nobody
Oshawa
came
was cool too back in the day, man. That was a cool place.
Yeah, the Schwiggity.
Yeah, Schwa.
Yeah, it's massive changes are going to be happening. I know where I was working at the when I worked for Hitachi, which used to be Honda. They hired it was funny, all the management positions you could see were all white Canadians. And all of the people that worked on the line was either an immigrant or a guy that had been there for like 20 some odd years.
Yeah.
And they just replaced everybody at lower wages. Like,
yeah, you do that everywhere, and they get people to train their replacements.
We're not a nation anymore. We're nothing but we thought we were.
Well, you used to get seniority if you were at a place for a long time. Now it makes you a liability. They're like, oh, we're paying him too much. Get rid of him. Fuck. They want people who've been there like less than 3 months, because then they can just fire you for no reason. You got no rights.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if this actually comes to fruition, because I remember after the 2019 election, we thought there was no hope whatsoever. Like Trudeau again, I can't believe this. Wags it, and then we were just fucking wags it all the way through. That's what we're talking about. That's the path forward. And it just kind of didn't materialize, like nothing really came of it. Jason Kenney kind of stole that momentum and lied through his teeth. They're very good at that, the Albertan politicians. I will say that.
Well,
so
you can have
are all of them
everywhere, man.
It's just incredible what they're allowed to say and what they're allowed to get away with once they're in.
They say anything that they think will work on you, anything they can to get you to vote for them, to mobilize you, because it's not enough to get you to like cheer for them in the moment. They got to get you to agree to go to the station and fucking make a mark on a piece of paper saying that you consent to being governed by this person. That's who you'd want, you know?
Yeah, we've all pretty much done that.
So
I am interested in my own fucking sanity to get away from the Corporation of Canada and claim my sovereignty, so to speak. Even if it doesn't mean anything, I see what Canada is actually, the way it's been treated as an economic zone our entire life.
So, Lachais, what is that? How would you pronounce that on Rumble? Lachais? Maybe? I don't know. He says, you English guys, no idea how stupid Quebecers are. Further you go from urban jungle, the worse it gets. The language barrier will kill them quick. See, I think you're wrong.
Why
I think
you say that
actually
like you say that with the French accent at the end.
The problem, I actually I have a lot of respect for the French Canadian because they have their unity. You know, they understand their nation. Je me souviens. You know, they feel very strongly about their language, and they're not going to take any fucking shit from any Anglo. They don't give a fuck what color skin you have. So. No, I do. We do like Quebecers, and it's funny because now that Derek is up north, he gets to experience these English French Canadians firsthand, and he likes them too. They're fucking straight up people, man. And these guys, they know how to be bushmen. They've been doing it. You know, that's their blood. You know, so they're fun.
There's more northern colonies of French than there is English. Anglo Quebecers holding it together up here.
Well, I mean, they're francophone Ontarians is what they are, but you're so close to the Quebec border, anyways. You know, there's it's a lot of French Canadian in Northern Ontario. It always has been because it's kind of like the same population as what's in Northern Quebec. Well, that's not even like you look at the map. Like Quebec goes fucking crazy far north. I want to drive through Quebec and go and drive to Labrador.
That's what I mean. There's a lot more northern communities up there.
Yeah. And they're isolated. They're, you know.
Yeah, we don't even really have a way to get to the James Bay without flying in. You can drive it, but it's a fucking bush road, back road, fucking like you've never seen before. Just logging roads.
Yeah.
So I want to see if I know it sounds fucked up, and we talked about this before. I wonder if I'll be able to, or if it, not that I really want to, but if it'll be a necessity to organize our unorganized township.
I think you guys can just fight to keep it the way it is. Right? Like as soon as you organize it, it's going to wind up coming out of your hands, you know, like.
Well, it depends, right? Like, and how they change the laws.
Control. Well,
they can always change the laws, right? And that's what I mean. If it becomes a necessity
to screw you guys out of your fucking unorganized land,
eventually, yes. Yeah, I think so. It's just a way to try and stay ahead of the game. That's also part of why I want to take this course to see how it relates to it. Because if Canada is a corporation, so is the provinces, so are the municipalities and the cities, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're all known as corporations. So,
well, I think
is that the next level by incorporating a town? I don't know. Maybe I'm just retarded and retarded guy living in the woods trying to do things differently.
I don't know. I know that like the people that are there, they want it to stay small, right? So as long as you have enough people on your board that it's adequate that you can vote no when they say, "Do you want to join?" You could say no, and you just keep saying no every time, and then you remain independent. That seems to be
Well, what I'm
the way
picturing
it's
is
going.
that at some point they're going to open it up and say that because they've done this with other places where they've annexed the town, right? So long as we don't get annexed, there's no reason to incorporate.
But that's the thing, is that there has to be people on the board to say no, and then you can't get annexed. It's only if there's nobody there. No,
we assume it's only for, they can change the rules. They did it in between Thunder Bay, like a whole bunch of people ended up being on the fucking.
Oh, really? They got
They got
rezoned
annexed,
or not
yeah.
rezoned, but yeah, fuck, that sucks.
So I'm wondering if that's the only way to stop from getting annexed is by incorporating. I don't know.
Those corporations are controlled by the crown, is what Rogue is saying. So
Yeah, Zaniel says you don't want to incorporate, become or stay an unincorporated municipality.
mhm.
Cheers. It's good to see you, buddy. I need to learn more about it. Hands down. Like right now, I'm just catching ideas and seeing what's possible and trying other things. Because obviously, the way of is not working. Our government doesn't work for us. It's stupid to even pay them taxes or be a part of this fraudulent system. Right? Like it is. It's a fraudulent system. I don't want to pay any of those stupid taxes ever again.
Yeah, fuck their taxes, man.
And if we are an economic zone, then I'm gonna start treating it like that.
Well, like we're kind of more gravitating towards like the least populated fucking areas. So, you know, what are they gonna do? Like, you know,
Yeah. Well, it's
the
I
least
like-
of their interest.
I like that people have adopted the red ensign,
That's
but
going
I
well.
think I don't think it ends there. You know what I mean? Because that too is also a corporate flag. But I do like what it represents, more heritage. There's more behind it, but people have to look deeper than just the logos, right? And that's why people are talking more about race these days, where your roots actually are and where they come from.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've been entirely, you know, deracinated and debased from our homelands, and now they're ensuring that there's nothing for us to go back to. You know, like most of us, many of us, and I'm talking about those of us who are white, because we're not going to get into that, but I mean, like white Canadians, right? Like most of us are a mix to some degree of different European backgrounds. So you'd have to pick and identify with one specific background and say, that's the one, that's my home country. But that country, if you went back now, it's not the one that your parents or your grandparents or your ancestors left behind. It's been entirely transformed, and it's no longer, you know, your nation. Now it's fucking, you know, it's full of foreigners. Hostile foreigners in many cases.
You can come to a private agreement with the crown for your sovereign rights. Yeah. Other than that, until then, we're still subjects.
Well, if we lived in this unfucking organized land, did the rescinding or whatever with the crown, and you know, got a bunch of people who all did the same thing and lived in the same area, why couldn't we fucking just say, hey, we're our own thing, leave us the fuck alone? You know,
You can, but it takes commitment from people. People like just talking about it. You have to lead by example and do it.
well, people need a way they need a method, a mechanism in order to be able to fund this, because most of us aren't crypto millionaires or, you know, just secretly, you know, like super successful day traders, or I don't know where people get their fortunes from, but I don't have one of those. Some of you do. Good for you. I'm very happy for you. If you want to fund our, you know how to donate. But apart from that, we're just going to do it like a little bit at a time. But if people don't have a way to make money, it's very difficult to get this kind of thing going, because you can't just pay for it all at once. You have to pay for it as you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the wood guy for a year. See how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I
see how it
sell
goes. Man, I'm getting good at it.
You're already selling it?
No, I'm just getting good at cutting and stacking my own wood, and
Oh, okay.
I see the prices. Like,
Yeah.
We'll see. Be doing a lot of woodwork. No, I'm debating on a few different things. Like, paying taxes is definitely the one that I want to get away from, but I want to do it legally. I just don't want to be a guy that's like, oh, I just don't pay taxes. Like,
Of
no,
course.
I want to do it the right
Nobody's
way.
looking to go to federal fucking jail. Like,
No,
calm down. But fuck taxes, though. Like,
well, when you look at the shit that it's funding, it's retarded. Like, I would love to see. We don't need a Doge in Canada. We don't. Trudeau came out and said all the fucking retarded shit he was doing to everybody. He said it every day on who he's sorry for and who he's giving money to. Like, over and over again. People lost count of the ridiculous shit he was spending money on, and nobody did anything. Like,
don't remind me. This government.
Dude, the guy walked in for the past 10 years and slapped his dick around everybody's face. It just fucking, look at this.
This government has spent more money than every previous government combined.
Yeah.
And they reached that hallmark years ago. Years ago. Like, I don't know, 5 years ago, maybe longer. They've just been
back when Jeremy said it the first
gangbusters.
time in the Omar Cotter speech. I think he said it.
There's
And it's been
infographics that are so old that are like show. Anyways, it's okay. It's fine.
It's funny watching just
anyways. It doesn't
immigration
matter. It
and
just
debt
exist.
the past 10 years are just on the scale that's unfathomable. Like,
it doesn't exist. It's not real. And if you have, say, like a little bit of gold, some silver rounds, you have more than the government does. You're richer than the entire Canadian government. All the Canadian government has is paper debt. They don't have any physical silver whatsoever. So if you have literally one piece, you have one silver round, Derek, you're richer than the Canadian government.
I have a silver bullet just in case werewolves come around.
That is handy. I would use hollow points.
Nobody thinks of the werewolf.
No, but
no,
something
I don't actually have
size. Yeah,
it's not a real silver bullet, but somebody did give me a silver bullet-shaped silver piece. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking like 308.
It would look pretty cool. Press it into an actual shell. Somebody's got to do that. There's got to be a YouTube channel out there that can make a werewolf killing gun. Wouldn't cost that much.
Well, it's been done. I mean, if you're talking like a handgun, or you're like a rifle.
Well, rifle caliber, like a 308 werewolf killer.
Oh yeah, no problem.
They should sell those.
Just be a silver projectile. That's all.
They should sell those, and you could severely overprice it for the amount of silver you're getting.
Well, the ballistic properties are going to suck because it doesn't have the same density, mass.
Doesn't matter.
As
it's
lead,
not that
right?
people want to shoot it. It's just novelty, straight novelty.
Well, yeah, like they already exist. I'm sure of it. Whether or not there's any powder in the shell, but if you buy the projectiles or you cast your own, you could just cast your own and then just press it, right? 4570 silver. That's a good idea. Billy
now you're
Bob.
talking.
A guy with the name Billy Bob. Like that sounds like a pillbilly to me. You would know.
4570
Yeah.
silver. I love it.
190 XT says go with the slug. I mean, yeah, okay, 12 gauge slug, sure, but fucking 4570. You could do like a my boy out west. He has plates, like not plates. I mean, he has plates, but I was talking about like a Air 500 like target plate. Like, and you put him out at fucking range, and he was hand loading his 4570s, and he put these banded solid slugs in a spicy 4570, and it went right through the AR 500 plate, which is not supposed to do that, but it banded solids.
4570, man.
It's very serious. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
thumper.
so that's your lesson for today. If you've got a 4570 and you feel like hand pressing, don't make banded solids because they're slightly armor piercing.
I got a couple of videos here. One, some are depressing. It's no longer Toronto the good. Now it's Toronto the.
So let's go make some breakfast down there.
We've obviously been occupied.
You use that for a table, could fucking make some bacon and eggs.
We've been occupied.
Yeah.
A 4-year-old came up to me the other day and said, Why are we being invaded by Jeets?
That happened to me
terrible.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little 4-year-old girl came up to me
and just asked about the Jeets.
She said, is Mark Carney going to be able to stop the Jeets? I didn't know what to tell her. We just cried. Just cried.
I couldn't believe this fucking speech that Christian Freeland gave, dude. Like, this is... I don't know. I got to play the video for people that don't know what we're talking about.
Is saying repeatedly that he wants to use economic coercion to force us to become the 51st state.
I mean, do you take it seriously or do you think it's just trolling?
No, I take it seriously, and Canadians do too. I am in full campaign mode. And so a couple of weeks ago, I was in a small city called Saskatoon. And a little 4-year-old girl came up to me with her mother. Her name was Ari. And she said to me in the serious way a little 4-year-old can you stop Trump from invading Canada? So right now, we are a country where 4-year-old children are saying, how do we stop this guy from invading my country?
Are we that dumb?
Yeah.
Are people fucking...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They've been invading the third world by the million. And that, I told you guys this like years ago, and I meant it. That media is never intended for us. It was never intended for us. It's intended for midwits. It's played in fucking like bus station fucking waiting rooms and like fucking old age homes and hospitals and shit. It's for like literally like the pharmacologically fucking like it's not for you and I. They know that we hate them. They're aware of that. They're like it haunts them. They don't sleep well because they're aware of how like the burning hatred that we have for them, and they're concerned. They're concerned. But no, that
you're right. They are concerned, actually.
That media is for the midwits, the masses, of which there are untold millions. Like you don't even fucking understand, man. Because the average IQ used to be like it's like okay, if you had average or below, and half of the population is always below average because that's what average means. But now they've brought that average like down even lower. Like the number of stupid people in this country is gone up exponentially, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. We've all never been so divided. And I don't mean divided like we're not. If you get to know people, people are inherently good. You know, and I hate to believe that everybody is just stupid. It's not that they've been duped. A lot of them have been duped. And it's the information that's been fed into their brain. You know, it's just, anyways. This is something I picked up from CCFR. It came across my Twitter feed. The government is to hold a press conference tomorrow, March 7th.
Oh.
Now, it says that it's this is when they're holding the technical briefing and the press conference, March 7th, 11 a.m. So members of the media are invited to join the Honorable Rachel Bendayan, Minister of Official Languages and Associate Minister of Public Safety. So this is from Public Safety Canada. When CSIS called my house and they were looking for me, that's how they announced themselves. We're from Public Safety.
That's right.
Yeah. So they think this is the sweep now. CCFR thinks this is the sweeping gun ban now. It could be just an alarmist tactic to get clicks and views and whatever else, but they were invited to this technical briefing through Zoom so they can look at it. So
didn't they just announce the sweeping gun ban like a couple of weeks ago?
I don't know. It doesn't end.
It's
like if you want Canadians to side with Trump, this is how you're going to get it. I would think, or would Canadians just? I don't know what I can't speak for Canadians anymore. I can't. There's too many people that call themselves Canadians.
I gotta let him out. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, because there's so many different schools of thought on what people believe is a Canadian. You know, what identifies as them anymore. It's easier to identify with your heritage, your race. Like that corporate logo, I've never been a fucking fan of that. It's always been the Jolly Roger. But yeah, it's getting to the time where I think it is happening. Canada's destiny is to split up. Nobody was willing to defend it when we're being invaded. Most Canadians can't even recognize what an enemy is anymore. Like I said, if anywhere or anyone from anywhere can be anything, how do you identify what an enemy is? Just a bad person? Just by our immigration minister, I suppose, decides what a Canadian is. That man is a Somalian refugee himself who put in all these programs. Now we have a Jewish man, Mark Miller, that is the head of our fucking immigration program. Claims that it's broken. They themselves said they fucked up with the temporary foreign workers. So all of those people, it's just a piece of paper. Anybody can be Canadian. You can have people with different colored skin, wearing different kind of clothes, speaking a different language, running down the middle of your street with weapons. Those aren't the enemy. No. No, the scary man down south of the border, that's the fucking enemy right there.
I'm the enemy. Why am I the enemy?
I was just going on about how Canada can't even identify what an enemy is. We allow people with different colored skin, wearing different kind of clothes, speaking a different language, running down our streets holding weapons, and we're just like, yeah, that's fine. Just demonstration. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, they're just as Canadian as you, bud. Running down the
No,
street
it's
with their fucking
it's
swords.
anarcho tyranny, right? Like that's the whole point. Is that they allow all of the agents of chaos to do their thing, but then no matter what we try to do, we're gonna be fucking just like super aggressively oppressed, even when we do nothing wrong. Because that's the point.
I believe it. I got to throw another log on the fire there. But I want you to enjoy a video first.
All right.
Which one is it? This one should make you sick. This is the level of brainwashing, though, that some Americans, some fucking, we'll just say a Western man, has gone through.
I don't give a fuck what he wears. This man has been respectful to every leader in the world. Everybody. And you clowns want to fucking do that shit to him when he comes over here. And then talk to him like shit and kick him out of the White House. You fucking disgraceful son of a bitches. Man, I just want to be next to Zelensky right now. I wish I could talk to him. Forgive us. God damn, man, I can't. Sorry, y'all. I can't believe what I just witnessed in our White House.
He's gay.
Just breaking down as a man in tears, just fucking losing his shit.
It's so gay. I just wish I could be beside him right now. Oh, it was too good.
It was a performance. Like who comes on? So that means he was crying when he watched this the first time. He cried again while he was making the video. He's probably still crying. Jesus Christ.
Amazing.
Yeah, I hope that one felt good. This is wanted to play this one because it's a shot of Vancouver. And this is sad. This should make somebody cry more than fucking Buddy there with his theatrics.
Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. We're stressed out. Sometimes a certain smell will take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I'd make a candle out of it if I ever found it. Try to sell it, never sell out of it. I'd probably only sell one. Maybe to my brother, cause we have the same nose, same clothes, homegrown, a stone's throw from a creek we used to roam.
So what they're not showing you there is Vancouver, especially specifically Hastings Street and specifically East Hastings Street has been very bad for a very long time. And it, never mind 15 years. I'm talking, you go back 30 years.
Yeah, that
25,
was a
30 years.
specific.
There were parts of East Hastings that were like zombie land. There were drug
That
dealers,
was part of
junkies
a
everywhere.
specific time for a specific spot on Eastings. If you went further down, it was already
Yeah.
bad. It
Yeah.
was already like,
So, they're like, oh, look at how bad it's gotten. Well, this might have been a block down from zombie land.
yeah.
It's East Hastings Street. Like, that's not a good, never has been. Like, it's been very bad for a very long time. It's shocking. If you had never been there before, you don't understand how bad it was. There's nowhere else in the country I've ever seen like the state of East Hastings 30 years ago. Skid Row,
Last
like
time I
so
was
bad.
there was we didn't make it there on the tour. We wanted to go and take a look down there. We should have.
Mm-hmm.
But the last time, when did I go? It was right after my mom died, so 15 years ago, I guess, 16 years ago.
So it would have been around 09, 010, whatever. Yeah.
Oh, and it was brutal, like absolutely brutal. You didn't even want to drive your car down there because you might hit a light. But somebody made this video of the Hunger Games, and it's real life Hunger Games because it came true when you look at the fucking comparison.
Are you coming to the tree? Are they strung up a man? They say running free. Strange things have happened here, stranger would it be? We met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree? And call out for his love to free. Strange things have happened here, stranger would it be? We met at midnight in the
Yeah, there could be some. You could fix that up a bit, really. I would much rather see it because it started out with America, and it should have stuck with that. Because I don't really care about other countries and how they're doing. That's the nicest way to put it. There was I got a few from Canada. And this is the type of shit that's happening. You could almost call this a moral carjacker. Still a piece of shit. But I think he stopped the jacking after he realized there was a kid in the car. Mind you, he takes out the owner of the car while holding his kid. Like, it's a fucked up video to watch, but this is Canada.
Hey! What the fuck? Hey! Go out from there! Why are you fucking stealing my car? Just go back! Hey! Hey, my shit is there! Good! What the fuck? You fucking stupid! What the fuck is doing you?
He had his kid in his arm the whole fucking time. It's dragging him fucking backwards. He's got his kid in his fucking one arm. Okay, gentlemen, if you're gonna confront the car thief, put the child down before you approach them. Tell the kid
Really
to go
think
in the
about
house.
your actions.
Go in the fucking house. Call the police.
A lot of people don't know what to do under stressful situations like that.
He just reacted. He wasn't thinking. But tell your kid to go in the house and call the police.
This is the Canada we live in.
Some fucking damage here.
There was still a kid in the car, and it was left in drive. maybe neutral, drive, whatever, rolling forward while the kid was still
That
in
was
there.
drive. Yeah, it was in gear and it just gently rolled up and hit the garage door, and then it just held it there in gear. Like if nobody's hitting the throttle, they won't go any further.
But that means he slapped it into, you know what I mean? He had it in reverse.
Yeah,
then
he changed the
stopped
gear.
and put it,
Yeah.
and ran away. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Canada. Here's some flip floppers.
It's my life, it's now or never. But I ain't gonna live forever. I just want to live, I live alive. It's my life, my heart is like an open highway. Like Frankie said, I did it my way. I just want to live, I live alive. It's
You didn't show the part where one of them gets fucking impaled with the chain?
No, I'm sorry, I don't have that.
Breaks?
But I have
that's what I want to see. Is
I
the
have
rest
more
of the
from
scene.
I have more from the Flip Flop Mafia. This one gets even better.
So, do they just go to the hospital when they get frostbite, or they're not?
Yeah, we're paying for it.
I mean, I don't. Whatever.
I have more. Oh, buddy. Once they're done playing in the streets, they go to pub to see White Woman. That's what they're like on the dance floor.
I believe it.
It's happening everywhere.
I know.
Being invaded. To the point where I don't even want to go out anymore. There's just Indians.
I mean, there's a lot of clubs up there worth going to.
I never wanted to live in India.
No.
I didn't.
I actually went for a drive downtown, and the place that used to be bumping is closed. It's got for lease sign in the window, so I guess that's not the spot anymore. I don't know if there is a new one, or maybe just kids don't drink anymore. I don't know.
I may have to open a bar, private members bar here.
Well, that's just a garage.
Hey, I'll call it what I want.
Yeah.
This is a haberdashery as well.
Haberdashery.
Yeah.
An emporium.
That's a good one. The old emporium. There's some more jeetery. Here's a school bus. Brampton. See, that's not a that wasn't a weather problem there.
Well, they're going to claim it was.
You saw the roads.
Mhm. Yes, it did.
We're going to see more and more breakdowns like that every day. Another Humboldt is coming, and I hate to be the guy to say that. It's like, oh no, don't say that. You'll make it come happen. No, dude, like, look at the conditions. I don't know. You guys aren't following the same groups I do, I guess. Like, and I know it plays a
No.
psychological toll on me too, but this Highway
Yeah.
1117 is an absolute death trap, man. Like, and it's not because the roads are treacherous, long and treacherous. That's not the case. It's like a trade route that's being taken up, and the Sikhs are buying up the properties up Highway 11 as well.
They are. I noticed that coming up and down from visiting you, that there's a lot of Pajit activity on 11. And I'm not in favor of that. I'm a little concerned.
Well, no, it was nice when you used to be able to pull over on a road trip. If you had a flat tire, you'd see another Canadian. You'd be like, hey, can you help me out? Instead, it's going to be, Buddha, 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 Buddha. I don't know what you're saying, man.
No,
Like,
but the it's not good. It's not good. And you know what? They like so most people probably don't know this, but the Jeets bought some rundown middle of the fucking nowhere property that used to have a restaurant on it, and they opened their own rundown Pajit fucking slop food restaurant with tons of room out front for transport trucks to pull in because there's so many fucking Jeet transport truck drivers on 11. So it's a great business idea for them. That way you can get all the fucking Jeets to come and buy your slop food. So the problem is that they're retarded and they missed the turn. It's a giant fucking property. It's huge, but they drive right past it and miss the turn. And then they try to turn around and they get their truck stuck on fucking Highway 11, blocking both lanes of traffic. Fucking, I'm not kidding. This happens all the time now nearby the Jeet Slop restaurant.
Yeah. Oh, I know you're not kidding.
They don't know how to drive, but our audience doesn't know this. Like, do you guys like? It's terrible, and it happens fucking constantly. We know people who work in the towing industry, and they're like, it's not just there. It happens all over, all up and down 11 and on 17 too, all the time.
You were talking about it there with the towing industry. The local places are being shut down because you think it'd be great business. No, the Jeets are even calculating their crashes because if they're blocking or impeding traffic at all, then the local guy gets to pull it away and take it off for safety. If they get it as far off the road as they can, then they can call and wait for their own guy to come up because it's not impeding traffic. So, dude, it's such a tax on the Canadians to have to deal with this shit. They've blocked the roundabout in Cochrane 3 times in less than 2 weeks. It was twice in 2 days there. They miss their turn, so they go up and they try to do the roundabout and they get stuck going over the middle.
Yeah.
Al Stern, good to see you, Buzz. Says, women shouldn't be clubbing anyway. Bring back the Wine Wednesday Tupperware party and the church dance. Yeah, things are changing. You're going to have to bring back those sort of social activities, but you need to balkanize in an area of people that you don't mind seeing out in public.
That's the thing, because now if you throw an event, it has to be a private event so you can turn the Jeets away at the door. If it's open to the public, like it's going to be ruined.
Yep. Well, we need our own places to go, right? We need our own concert halls and whatever else. We don't need. What are you gonna do? Go rent a Jeet Hive, like one of their fucking buildings? Their temples are massive, and fuck, I wish we were like that, but we didn't have to be like that. Anywhere we went, it was in Canada, so we didn't have to worry about that. I wouldn't feel welcome at one of these. I know they would probably try and make it seem like you should be welcome. Yes, yes, come into our faith, but I don't want to be your faith.
The they're happy to invite you into their events because they're showing off. They feel superior and they're displaying their superiority to you. Not only that, but having a white guest kind of is like gives them a little fucking cheat points because they're all trying to be like the whitest cheat. So like having like a white guest at their fucking event, they're fucking very, very fine. Oh yeah, the white person is so happy he's here with me. Oh, he wishes he was me.
Do we get minority rights and reserves? No, you don't. What's funny is a lot of these videos that I've been looking at with the Corporation of Canada, a lot of them are on Chinese channels. I forgot to mention that.
Really?
The Chinese know what to do here. They know how our administration works better than we do.
Because they're here to exploit it. They want to play. They don't see it as exploitation. They see it as gaming the system, right? Like that's all it is. You know, they just want to take advantage of it.
Sure, their goal is always to be for their own people, right?
Yeah, they're bug people.
So that's all they're concerned about. I need to build a Viking lodge to host events. It's coming. I need more infrastructure before I can fucking just build.
We've talked about this before. C9M. We've discussed how like his property, like there's steps, stages. He needed first he needed a bunkie, and then now we needed a garage. And then he's like, well, and now I need a woodshed and a addition on my bunkie. And a little bit by bit, now we're like, we're going to build another bunkie on top of the woodshed because that's obviously the logical place to build the next structure is just on top of the previous one. But it
makes sense to go up a level.
When you look at how they built the woodshed, then it makes sense because it's ridiculously strong. So as long as we don't build anything too heavy up there, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's basically going to be a garage with a 1-bedroom above it.
Just put like a roof on it that'll actually shed snow so it doesn't carry a heavy load, and then that way you can have a little bit of load capacity for the actual apartment itself.
Well, I'm thinking of doing a pitch on it and getting solar panels on it as well.
Yeah. If you knock down some more trees too, then you'll open up a lot more light.
There's a lot of land that has to be moved around because I have a lot of good fertile soil that I don't want to put gravel over top of for the walking areas and that. So I have to transfer a lot of that berm that I made when I was just pushing shit out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I have to take that and put that into my gardens and whatnot that I'm doing.
Well, just remember that you're going to be doing a lot of weeding if you take that natural material, because it's going to be full of naturally occurring plant seed. Like
this is going to be your base, right?
The forest overpowers everything. So if you want to plant gardens, that's good for like lower layers maybe, but not for like garden soil.
There's a lot that I got to move around. Plus there's the chicken shit that I got to take advantage of. I need to build a better chicken coop. There's a lot that's going to go on this year. Yeah.
Well, we'll grab a tractor and we'll make short work of that.
We have a tractor, the neighbor's tractor.
That's what I mean.
But yeah, there's a lot of snow yet to be shoveled here yet today too. Fuck.
Yeah, you're getting hammered on that.
Yeah,
and you're not far from the road too, but you're far enough that you suffer if you don't.
Oh, you have to stay on top of it.
Yeah,
you can't just say like, it's just 1 inch tonight. No, get out and do it. That 1 inch overnight can get rained on. It could freeze. It could turn into a massive disaster.
Oh, it's such a mess here right now. We had a big, massive like thaw with some rain, and then fucking now it went back to below zero, and now it's like, oh, it's retarded.
Yeah, you got to stay on top of it.
Yeah.
Like, drainage is something I want to take care of next year as well. I want to put in a weeping tile that bring it down to a. I'm gonna just hollow out a spot that can house the water for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Extra water in the spring, and
you can just send it out to the road.
You can, but I want to harvest a lot of it.
Mm. There's a bit of a pond happening on the other side.
Yeah, a pond closer to the road.
Mm-hmm.
Just so it takes it away from the house, most of it. Lots of work, but a lot of people have been offering to come up this year as well, so that's always good. Yeah.
The thing with water like that is it's a trade-off. You get all the benefits, but also it's a mosquito haven.
Yes.
So if you want more mosquitoes, more water nearby your cabin, that'll do it. No stagnant water, because it won't be running really if it's just a pit for it, right?
No, it's just it'll even dry up, but it's also a good way to keep an eye on your water table. Out here, there's nothing you can do about the mosquitoes or the flies. Everything, fucking the caterpillars last year. My goodness. I ate mushrooms one night and then I woke up. Didn't wake up. I was up all night, and I was out enjoying the sunshine with some coffee. And you know that feeling on mushrooms where you're like, you can see the grain moving or something like that if you stare at stuff for too long. I was looking at the road and it was moving, and I couldn't believe it, but it was actually moving because of all the caterpillars that were there.
That's trippy.
It was. There's still remnants of the caterpillars too on some of the vapor barrier.
Oh no.
Yeah. Dude, they were everywhere. It was uncontrollable. Like, the only way I would have been able to do that is clear the forest further away from my house more and more, and then spray like a poison around, which I don't want to do.
Rogue says put minnows in the pond.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Lots of things are just talk. It's all making it happen, right? Like,
is there a bait store you can go to? Must be somewhere. Town.
Do you remember those fucking Ontario bait machines? They were like old Coke machines.
No.
You never saw those?
No.
Maybe it was a Southern Ontario thing. You used to be able to buy your bait in a fucking pop machine style thing. It had this worm. Yeah. Yeah, they used to be all over Ontario.
So I can go to the gas station or the bait store here and get worms when they're in season.
Yeah.
And they're cheap. But I could also just kick over a log and there's worms usually there too. So
yeah,
either way.
Yeah, there's plenty here.
Madam Breezy says they still have them.
They still have those Ontario things?
Mm-hmm.
Little bait shop things. They were pretty cool. We still got them too. Yeah. Tent caterpillars. Is that what I had? Because none of them turned into, they all cocoon, but they didn't turn into anything. I was hoping for like a butterfly problem or a fucking
moths.
Right? Something.
Yeah. They didn't even turn into moths?
No.
Weird.
It better not come back this year, man. I'll be pissed.
Well, aren't tent caterpillars like not every year?
I think they're every 4.
Yeah, something like that.
So I got 3 years to fucking
clean it up.
Clear some area and try to get my defenses ready for the next onslaught.
Yeah. We'll clear cut the whole estate, and it's it'll be totally different.
Yeah. It's right around the corner. Fucking, even though I still have 8-foot high snowbanks. Yeah. It's not that far off. It's going to be an absolute mess around here come springtime.
I had fun dicking around back there, but to me it looked like there probably is a road, or was a road some type going back there at one point. Like I thought I saw like equal distance ruts, you know what I mean, indicating like at some point something drove back there before all the trees grew up, because it was clear cut.
Yeah.
So if you clear it back far enough, you might be able to figure out where that was, and there might be bed where the road was before, and you could take advantage of that, right? If you clear the trees or whatever is growing up underneath.
Yeah. Oh, you mean out behind the Quonset?
Yeah. No, behind your place. Your place. Yeah.
I haven't seen that. You know, it's funny.
I've explored all the woods back there. Yeah.
I've only gone as far as what's mine, really. Except when I was tracking the wolf, then I went through everything, and it's hard to tell the difference. Because springtime, you can see through everything, but
yeah, the next guy over, like most of his is cleared. So as long as you're not going like further north into that neighbor's property, which is his trees are bigger than yours too.
You could tell the difference. Yeah, his wasn't logged.
Yeah, not as recently. It was logged.
Oh,
that's not old. That's not old growth, but it was logged. It was logged longer ago than yours was. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing up here. Like a lot of the end of the forest and stuff is just. It looks like Dr. Seuss, man. It looks like a wasteland. Some of these places that have been cut. Like
the forest wins eventually. It comes back.
You got a honeybee and a butterfly in your cabin. We'll have to get Bearded Nomad on here too one night with his Ted cabin. See how it's coming along. That's the one thing about the fucking winter. You're pretty much at a standstill for the amount of stuff you could do in a day. I really got to get that snowblower. Yeah, I really got to get that snowblower. Derek, I need the name of the man who made you that wolf pelt so I could turn Forrest into a poncho when he dies and wear him around. Jesus Christ.
No. No.
Oh my God, that's like a next level.
He can go like sleep in a hole somewhere like he deserves. He's a good boy, and just let him rest.
He'll be groomed the best he's ever been.
No way.
Groomed the best he's ever been after he dies.
No. He's a wild dog. He needs to be outside.
I'm not sure if that's to honor him, hon. I don't know if that's disrespectful or not. It's like me getting Ozzy stuffed or have him turn into a scarf. That's weird.
It's weird, yeah.
Like, I kind of get it, but like at the same time,
would you be okay with getting Ozzy, turning him into a wearable pelt that somebody could put on their back? Like, no. No, I don't think so. So, I don't know.
I don't know. I kind of get it, though. Like, it's the idea of skinning your own dog is what's fucked up. It's like the process they have to go through for that to happen. It's like
let the dog have his dignity. Really?
Like, I don't know. Can you see Ozzy like after he dies getting him mounted on a fucking wooden stand, like looking all distinguished and shit?
I think Ozzy would be better mounted on a stand than like his hide, worn as a garment. But she's saying that apparently the Norse did this. I don't know.
Maybe with a bigger.
We don't do this. Like, this is not normal in current society. I think it's a weird.
Yeah, it's like a trophy to get it from a wild animal.
Kids take it away weird.
Like it was one thing if you went out and earned it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you went out and got the animal, you did all that work yourself and stuff like that. All right, you wear it. But like a house pet, you didn't have to do anything. You just like, are you just waiting until he dies of old age too? Like, is that a pelt you want?
Just toss him in the freezer there when he dies. Call buddy up. Hey, I got this frozen dog. Can I get his pelt?
And you really want to be the person that's known in the town square.
Oh
They're like,
my
hey,
God.
that woman's wearing her dog. What? Yeah, she's wearing her dog, man. That's her fucking. Do you remember? You remember Forrest? Yeah, that's fucking Forrest coat. A four coat.
Dog is
Dog is like a fucking ghost, man. I don't know, man.
I'm not
I don't know
on
how I
board.
feel about
I'm not
that.
on board with that. I say let him sleep. When he's done, let him sleep. Look at how many puppies he's given you. It's crazy.
Yeah,
The bitch has been.
It's just a
fucking
wild thought.
pregnant
It's the
whole
first time I've heard of that before. You know, it's a wild thought. He's just gonna fucking skin your dog. Are you gonna be the one to do it, or are you gonna bring it to the?
That's what she's saying. She wants the name of whoever so that you can bring the dog
Oh,
to them.
fur
And then
harvesters.
they'll
That's gonna
kill
be a
and
fucked up
they're gonna
conversation.
kill and skin the dog. Apparently,
That's gonna be a fucked up conversation.
I
You go
don't
down to
think
fur
so.
harvesters and like present them with the dog
Yeah.
in your trunk,
Yeah.
and just be like, "Hey, can you?"
It's not good. It's not good.
Like, even if we get past the idea of like, fine, this is something you want to do, it's trying to convince the others in the road you got to go down now. So like now you got to do it yourself then. Like,
That's
yeah, that's a wild process to go through that. Like, you're fucking. It's just how do you even start that conversation with the guy? Like, hey, come outside. I guess. Oh, that's good.
Oh no!
It's a wax my balls situation. That's funny.
Holy fuck! What time is it?
You don't know my rights? You fucking stuff my dog.
I know my rights.
Yeah. We're getting on to 2
Hold on.
hours here. We'll probably call her quits in a little
We're
bit.
gonna find out. We're gonna fucking find out right now
How much it is to stuff a dog?
to fucking skin a dog. Let's see.
Wow. No, I don't think it's socially acceptable to fucking wear a dog.
I think they're gonna say that they don't do that. You know
It'll
what?
be tough,
They've got
like-
everything.
What do you mean they got everything?
You didn't come in to visit the fur harvesters. They have everything there. They got like tons of polar bears and foxes and every kind of weasel and just all the things.
Do they have any Pomeranians? Are you calling the fur
They didn't have any
harvesters?
They got beavers like you wouldn't believe. Calling right now.
It's 10:30 at night.
I know. That's why I had to check what time it was. 10:30 is like, okay, that's a little late, but
Are you gonna
could
leave
be
a
worse.
message like, "Hey, how much to turn my dog into a poncho?"
like a drunk message. Hey, buddy. Listen. Are you there?
I'm so like interested in this though. I want to see if it can get it done. Like a poncho, would you wear it like? Would you put pockets on the front?
Well, it's rang about like 15 times and he's not answering. So I think we're out of
Doesn't
luck
look like it.
for the
We need
quote
to
on the
continue
dog.
this.
But I'll let you know how much it is.
Because yeah, this one's for fur harvesters. Google says $700.
There
This
you
is
go.
Wild. I've never thought of this. You can have a bust made. What do you mean? A bust to me is like your bust. Like
a bust is like the 3D of like the head usually. You know,
oh yeah, like the hard mount mixed with the
it's a little
soft.
statue. What? It's like a little
Yeah, some
statue.
people. Oh, statue. No, some people wear like it's a hard mount head, but the rest is like the soft. You can wear over your shoulder type thing.
Oh, I think that's just called a
Yeah.
fur. Well, like you didn't. Oh man, I wish you came in. Like they had one polar bear that was like a blanket that was like on the floor, and like the head was all done up, right? Like there was like fake eyes, fake teeth, fake tongue, and everything. It was
Have
like,
I,
"Rawr," and it was
have
on
I
the
shown you
floor.
mine?
Well, I know that you have one, but is yours finished?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Oh,
got
it
the
is.
head,
Okay,
like the teeth, the tongue, the eyes. It's got
right.
yeah, all done
Cool.
proper.
Okay, man. Yeah, so it was like that. How much is
Yeah,
yours? Or they
mine
gave
was a
it to you?
gift. Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah.
man. Yeah, because I knew about the wolf skin because I was there when he gave you that, but not the
Yeah, now I got a bear rug too. It's pretty mint.
sick.
Yeah, it definitely fits the cabin aesthetic. I got some old school lacrosse sticks too that I've been hanging on to.
You still have the moose skull that I found?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Still part of it as well. I got a goat skull with some nice horns on it as well. It's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
go up.
Is that one still getting cleaned or?
Hmm. Yeah, it's got a 2-year marinating process.
Yeah. I think if you boil them, you can speed that up a little.
Yeah, you just leave it in a bucket. Throw it in with the chickens and just horrify them for a while.
The chickens they're not afraid of anything.
They are savage little bastards.
They are fucking dinosaurs, man.
Yeah,
Nothing
they
upsets
literally are.
them. Like they're like whatever.
That's going to be on the agenda as well. Is the concrete that I have left? I want to mix a pad big enough for my chicken coop. Makes it easier to clean
Yeah,
and have like a little
Yeah.
runoff where you can push all the shit and then collect
but I
it.
mean, if you're
spread it.
gonna bother dicking around with some concrete for animals, why not make a proper barn while you're at it?
I got to
You
stop
know?
with this fucking overachieving shit. I got to finish. Every time I come up with an idea, it turns
You
into,
don't
well,
tell
you
me.
might
That's
as
the
well.
problem.
You might as well just
Every
fucking.
time. Oh,
You
we
might
gotta
as well
finish
just
your
build a
apartment.
stadium. Yes,
Yeah.
and even off of that, I'm already planning a lean-to,
Oh fuck.
fucking to house the wood on the outside and use the under part as a proper garage. Or I could use it
Beautiful.
as the gym. Like
Oh,
God.
the gym goes inside.
The buildings are just not going to stop. Like, yeah,
Buildings.
buildings are not stopping.
No. There'll be more buildings.
I'm building a village.
Yeah. See, as soon as the fucking your area goes like incorporated, then everybody has to get building permits for fucking everything they do.
Right.
So, yeah, you gotta
But if
keep it
I'm the
way
guy
it is.
writing the permits,
Doesn't matter. It's gay.
yeah,
It's less freedom. You
You're
showed
right.
up somewhere that has freedom, and you should fucking respect that and be like, we're gonna
at
keep
all
this
costs, I
freedom
want to stay
the
away
way
from it.
it
I'm
is.
talking about if they fucking try
Yeah.
to annex us regardless. I'm going to try
Yeah,
to be
well.
the guy. Yeah, by all means, we got to stop it from happening, though. This is the right way to live.
Fucking rights.
Yeah. No, we'll keep it unincorporated, unorganized. We'll try to turn it into a sovereign nation. Yeah, people should check that out. It's a fun little rabbit hole to go down. Unfortunately, most of the videos are in French, so for the Frenchies, go out and watch it. It's King Regis Lucius, King Regis Lucius, and I think he's in jail for like weapons or something like that. But he did like start. He was convinced he owned this property, called it the nation state of Teos, and he had the timber rights. He had all this stuff, and like, it's so fun to watch. But they're comparing him to Ramona.
Right, but she doesn't own fucking barely anything. Like she
took
was
over
broke
a
as
school.
fuck. No. So somebody
That was
owns
awesome.
somebody owns that school, and it's one of her supporters, and he's letting her live there, and so her and some of her chosen followers, they're all living there behind like basically just some like security fence, like portable, like the kind you would use for festivals or something, or like like just some like portable whatever fencing. It's really weak. Anyways, but they're basically just holed up in there, and they're just kind of doing their thing.
We should check in on her, try to get her on the show.
They hate us. Like, they know that because we went after them at one point, and people were, so they don't like us. And I believe they don't like anybody who's not them, because they know that they're fucking ridiculous, and everybody thinks that they're crazy, because they are. So they've isolated themselves in that manner.
Yep. Well, I'm staying with my new slogan. I think it's catchy.
What's your new slogan?
I will own nothing, and I will be happy.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I'm going to put everything in names that you can't touch. Eat a dick.
Derek owns nothing. Anyways, we're getting up on 2 hours now.
It's getting later.
10:30. Yeah, I'm gonna go out and do another round of shoveling as well.
Oh, all right. Well, get your cardio in. Just remember that, guys. It's just daily cardio. That's all.
I look like a retard the way I shovel too, because I'm doing it like a back exercise. So I always have to set myself up to throw it this way or that way, and like doing it properly instead of just shoveling in the same position, fucking hurting yourself. Yep.
Well, you're not doing it for looks. Doing it for results.
That's well, it is part of it is for looks, because I want to be able to walk out and look at something that I don't have to do.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
You want to be able to look at yourself in the mirror standing up straight and not fucking bent over and crippled.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
No, I just like being able to go outside and not like having a snowdrift on my door that's 2 feet high.
Yeah, that's counterproductive. 2 foot.
Especially like if you plan to chop wood all day and like set up for the week and it snows, god damn it, my day just got twice as long. Like,
I'm really lucky here. I mean, I should knock on fucking wood, but I've never had drifts high, like right exactly where my cabin is, just because of like the trees that surround it, I guess, or whatever. Like,
yeah,
we still get plenty of fucking snow, but for whatever reason, I seem pretty protected here, because I'm not much higher up off of the ground than you are. Right?
No, you shouldn't be. We're pretty much the same elevation.
Yeah, but where I am, the layout is very different, where you're getting whipped with that wind coming up the corridor. I'm protected.
Wasn't a problem up until the past 2 snowfalls. We were okay for wind, and now it's just like it's an Arctic wind. It's coming out of like
fuck.
Yeah, it's a rough climate, that's for sure.
Yeah, subarctic. Yeah. All right. Well, viewers, wish Derek luck with his subarctic climate.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining, and come join us Sunday, because we'll be talking to Pat King and possibly Doug Force from the hospital. And yeah, he's unfiltered now. He can be the Pat everyone wants to see. He can be now. No restrictions.
Excellent.
So that'll be fun.
Looking forward to that.
And look for the announcement tomorrow. If Rod Geltaka is right, there should be an all-out sweeping gun ban coming tomorrow. And it's either tomorrow or like the media is getting together tomorrow for the fucking unveiling
tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't
announcement.
know.
I don't know.
We'll
They
see.
can all go fuck themselves.
And they do. That's what they do with their time off. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. We'll see you on Sunday night. Time to get my shovel on.